Awesome. So a little backstory on this strategy here. So as you may know, to go the personal route or to go face to face in person, that really can't be scaled too much. Obviously, unless you bring on an army of people and you send them over and do the prospecting methods like Chad did. But when you're like when you don't have, let's say, like the investment to hire a team like that and bring on that type of staff at this point in time in your business, you need to find an alternative. Right? And the alternative that I found that worked really well for me was email, right? Because what did email do for me? Email allows me to basically turn the power, right? The power frame in my behalf. So basically what that means is if I cold call somebody, right? The power is in whose hands? The other person, right? And that's why it's very, very easy to do what? Click, right? Because they weren't expecting your call, right? So why even give you the time of day? Versus I reach out, providing some value, and then guess what? Now they want to speak to me, right? And then basically the line that I could play now is, hey, like, last time I checked, you scheduled a call with me, right? And so that's going to allow you to basically turn that around and then them being able to request an appointment with you to speak more about what your services are. So basically the strategy, what I'm going to give you guys today, because we don't have a lot of time, we won't be able to actually execute it completely. But what we will do today is we're going to set it up to a point where literally everything is going to be set up. And literally when you leave here today, everything is literally, this is an SOP, right? So literally you could follow step by step in your own time at your hotel afterwards, complete the process, and launch this thing tonight and schedule an email for tomorrow morning. Okay? So you have any questions so far? What's up, buddy?
Like if I set up this type of email account, would it go to someone's junk mail or would it go directly into
So I'm going to teach you how not to allow it to go to the junk mail. And the strategy I'm going to teach you here is to set you up for success so that you basically go straight into their inbox and they see your message and then they reply, right? So awesome, guys. So first things first, what we need for this strategy is a Gmail account. And a Gmail account, not a business Gmail account, a personal no, not G Suite, because, and let me tell you why, because we are wanting to connect on a personal level, right? Because we're wanting to deliver value. No one wants to be sold, okay? No one wants to be sold. So what do we need to do? We need to guide them to the purchase by showing them how we can provide value for their business, and then that way they're going to feel like, okay, yeah, I think this guy knows what my pains are, and I believe he can help. Let's talk a little bit more, right? So you need a personal email, Gmail. So let's all take out your laptops. We're going in right now. We got to go, we're tactical. We're going step by step by step. You guys can actually, for you, you don't have a laptop there? Do you have a laptop? Or is that a laptop? All right, perfect. Perfect. So for those of you who already have a Gmail account with a first and last name, you guys are pretty much set up for success. But for those who don't have a personal email, and all you simply have to do is first name, last name with a number. Simple, right? So jasonstevens1@gmail.com. If you have 20 letters, it would be Nico. Yeah, just shorten it. Maybe Nico Androic, maybe.
Or Nico.s or Nico.a, whatever.
Yeah, and just the whole purpose of this is to make it seem as it's coming from a personal account. Okay. So just let me know. This is literally gonna be all tactical. So as you guys go, let me know where you guys are at. Let me know who's created their Gmail accounts. Okay. And basically this strategy, what it's going to allow you to do as you guys are working here, what it's going to allow you to do is it's going to allow you to send thousands of emails, okay, per day, right? Without having to basically hire anybody outside, like VAs, right? So I'm going to give you a strategy that you can literally, without having to hire a VA, execute on yourself and send out tons and tons and tons of emails by yourself, and it takes you like 10 minutes to set it up, set up the campaign. Hey, you want new clients? You set up the campaign, scrape the list, set it up, how I'm going to show you here. Boom, by the next morning, you're going to have requests, responses, and guess what? Just like anything, what are we going to do? Follow up, right? Because we're going to basically follow up on what our email said, and the email script is actually in this file here. So everything is literally going to be given to you, including the follow-up scripts, because email isn't as effective if you're not following up. And what I mean is, if you send out an email, right, and you expect that to get you a response, and you forget to follow up, right, you're not going to get a response. Okay? It's crazy the conversion rate, but literally most of the people respond on that third email, which happens around, 6 or 7 days later. And I give you the sequence, but it's 5 days later. And basically that email says something along the lines like, it looks like you're happy with what you got. So have a nice day. And then basically that triggers them to, loss of fear of missing out. And then basically they're like, oh, yeah, contact me here. Here's my number. Right? And it's crazy because no one wants to lose out on value. Right? And really what our message is literally value. It's literally, we're not selling anything. And we're saying that we can help them. If it makes sense, let's jump on a call and talk about it straight up. So that's basically the strategy. And what we're going through here is to build you up the actual system that's going to allow you to send emails at mass, because if you're just using a regular Gmail account without this setup, you're going to get blocked, right? You're going to get blocked, IP blocked, and you're not going to be able to send the amount of emails that you're wanting to send with this strategy. Okay, so everybody here has a Gmail account already? First, last name with a number? We on the same page there?
Well, I already have a Gmail, but it just has my first initial, last name, and number.
First initial, last name, and number. At Gmail?
Yes.
Okay.
Am I good if I don't need the number? I was able to put like my
First name, last name at Gmail?
first
Perfect.
middle name, and it went through.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as it's just the name. You don't want it to say at patientengine.com or freaking, leadondemand.com. You don't want it to say that, because once again, the second they see a business, it's like you're soliciting, you're trying to sell me something straight up. Versus a personal person that owns a business is saying, hey, I noticed I can help, and then you kind of like slide in like that on that personal level. So everyone's on the same page with the email, so we can keep moving? Awesome, guys. So the secret strategy here really is a Chrome extension that I've found. I've used so many different softwares. I've used Mailshake. I've used all the strategies that all these other gurus teach. I've used them, and they weren't as effective to me because I wanted to do things at scale and also without having to hire somebody outsource. Because a lot of these guys teach, okay, yeah, you can go get a VA to go scrape your emails and then have them send the emails out. But, I wanted to have a way where I could do it in-house, right? Where I wouldn't have to actually expense that, right? So I could just keep that within myself, and I can generate as many leads as I want and then just blast out email and get clients. Simple process. Are we on the same page so far?
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. So you need a Gmail account. We're going to go at gmass.com. Okay, so gmass.com, gmass.co is the Chrome extension plugin. You can get a free trial, okay? And that free trial is going to allow you to install that into your Gmail account. And that's the software extension that's going to allow us to send emails, and not only that, but also follow up, track clicks, and track open rates. Okay, because without measurable data, you cannot improve. So we don't know what to improve if the data doesn't exist. We all on the same page?
Yes.
Awesome, guys. So GMass, straightforward. And guys, I made it like straight up, like step by step by step by step. So it's like super like sequential, but it's pretty straightforward what you have to do. So it's GMass. You need a Gmail account, GMass. And then the last thing on the list is an STMP server, which is what's going to allow us to send emails at mass without getting IP blocked, but we have to do it in a specific way, and I'm going to teach you that right now. Okay?
Would you mind if we went to GMass?
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah, okay, for sure. That's a good idea, actually. So we got GMass. So this is the website. You should be getting the Chrome extension, okay? Simple add to Gmail, okay? And then basically you're adding it to the Gmail, that personal Gmail that you created. So first, last name, you're gonna add it to that Gmail. You have a question?
I'm using Chrome, but it says install button won't work, requires Chrome.
Mine's the same.
So you need Chrome for this plugin, for the GMass plugin. That's because it's running off of the Gmail. So you guys don't have Google Chrome on your computers?
I do. That's what I'm using.
Oh, you guys don't have the full browser. I think they got a tablet.
Yeah, tablet.
Okay, so we'll come back to that. We'll figure it out, and I'll figure out a solution for you. Not a problem. But for everybody else, we'll just keep it moving so we can get through this. Yeah, what's up?
Maybe stupid simple, but I've already just installed it.
Yeah.
And, it literally is giving me all these people to email immediately. Have you seen this? It literally is, look at hey, and it's literally populated.
My
I don't know who the hell they are.
my very first email campaign. They're showing you how the power of that. Yeah, it's crazy because it integrates into your Gmail account. And they're showing you what the power of that email software
Yeah,
is.
I mean, I just created the Gmail account,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
Should fire it up.
So that's what you need. So you need the Gmail account, the Gmass, and then that last thing you're going to need to set this up is the STMP server, where we're going to go to SendGrid, which you can also.
No shit, look at this.
You can actually also get a free trial where you can send up to 100 emails in a month. So if you guys don't want to invest yet, if you want to just try this strategy out, you can actually do this for free. A lot of gurus teach how to basically, compile like 15 names in the BCC section of an email. So basically you send the 2 to one person and then you BCC, right, to 10 other people, and you can send that email off, right, to 11 people essentially, but that's not a scalable way to do it, right? Because you're gonna need multiple Gmail accounts and it's just a bunch of mess. So this strategy here, you use one Gmail account, one STMP server, and you freaking scale to the masses, right? And what we're gonna need to do first too, is also warm up the account. So everyone created their Gmail account? Yeah. Okay, great. What we need to do, everyone has a tenured account, obviously, like either a business, email that you guys email back and forth. We need to warm up our brand new Gmail account real quick. So what I need you guys to do is literally have a conversation with yourself. So take the new email that you just created, and email your tenured email account and have a conversation like, hey, what's going on? Right? So you can just get some traction in that email account, some delivery back and forth. Are we all on the same page? Yes. Right? So that when we send out into mass, they don't block your thing because it's just like you're sending all of a sudden brand new account, 500 emails. It's like there's a red flag there. So we want to warm it up by sending only like about 5 or 6 messages back and forth. Okay, so it's literally, hey, what's going on? I'd love to see you at the event. It's like literally, and you have a conversation with the other guy. Oh yeah, I'd love to see you, whatever, and you go back and forth, right? About 5 or 6 times, and that's literally all you have to do. Everybody got on the same page there? Yeah. Awesome. So, trust me, guys, this is like the tactical stuff, but when you set this freaking thing up, you guys are gonna thank me. You guys are gonna thank me, trust me. So, STMP server from SendGrid, Gmass, and our Gmail account. We sit there. We all on the same page there. And if you guys want to, like, if you guys would just want to go through the strategy and install this later, we can do that too. So I can just kind of go through everything and then integrate this later, because this is like, you got to like download stuff, etc. right? So I'm just going to go through it if you guys don't mind. And then if you guys have any questions during network party or whatever after, I'll be more than happy to help you set this all up. Sound good? Awesome, guys. So let's just go straight through this. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to integrate the SendGrid with Gmass, okay? And they're super easy. The protocol's here. Second to that, we're going to go into we're going to teach you how to do SOPs in a way. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into Google Drive, and this is where we're going to organize basically our campaign, so our cold email campaign. And we're going to create folders inside of our new Google Drive folder that we've created inside of our new Gmail account. We're going to create 5 folders. 1 is a clean folder, 2nd is a dirty folder, 3rd is a master list, 4th is a ready folder, and 5 is a verified. I would follow along with this so you guys are on the same page. Okay? So once you've created those folders, okay, now you're organized to actually start building your list, etc. Okay? Now you're going to create your master verified list. Okay? What does that mean? You're going to go into Google Sheets, okay, and you're going to create a simple Excel sheet file that says first name, last name, email address, and company. Simple, right? And then this is going to be the master email list that you're going to go to after we've cleaned and verified the emails, okay? This is a 2-step process. This is the email list that is ready to rock, meaning ready to send emails to. Make sense? So they're only on this list once they're cleaned, verified. At that point, they're ready to send, because that's how we're going to decrease bounce rates. Okay, that's how we're going to keep our reputation high, so we're able to continue to do this. And we have to follow these protocols, because if not, Google will ban us, and we're going to just have to start over. But the cool thing about this strategy is, like, if they do ban us, you just create another Gmail account, you do the same exact thing again. You're not going to kick me out, dude. You know what I mean? So this is what's cool about this process. So we've got the setup done. Now it's time to build the list, right? So there's multiple ways you can build a list. There's tons of software. You can use D7 Lead Finder, Lead Kahuna. You can also buy a list from places like InfoUSA and many other sites, or you can hire a Philippine VA to scrape targeted leads, or you can go to Upwork or Fiverr and get somebody super cheap to scrape you a bunch of leads of like chiropractors or dentists or roofers or whatever, and they'll just send you the file, and then you would go through the process of cleaning and verifying if they don't do it, just to be safe on your end. Because guys, if you can control something, control it. You know what I mean? So what I mean by that is, guys, if you can control something like making sure that your emails are verified and cleaned and not have to rely on the other person saying that they did that, right? If they didn't do what they said they did and then you ran that campaign and your emails started bouncing left and right, that's your reputation, right? So the things that you can control, control it so you know you're almost guaranteed to be successful. Make sense?
Yes.
Awesome, guys. So say yes if this strategy is making sense so far.
Yes. Yes.
Awesome, guys. So get the list. We got the list. Another thing too, guys, if you guys have ever watched any of the trainings that I've done in Dash University, I think even the Marketer's Mindset, I did a training on how to find low-hanging fruit on places like Yellow Pages, the GoDaddy Web Builder, and things like that, because these guys have websites from freaking the Flintstones age that literally, if you just call them up and say, hey, your freaking site's from the Flintstones age, I made you a site, where can I send it, kind of thing, right? And basically what we're going to do here is we're going to leverage the tools that we already have in our disposal, right? Like in DashClicks, the reports and the Insta sites and things like that. And we're going to teach you effective strategies on how to scale that to your first 6 figures and then replace yourself so you can hit that 7-figure mark. Make sense? Awesome, guys. So once we've scraped the list, okay, we have a dirty list. That list that's scraped, like without cleaning or verifying, is what's called a dirty list. We're going to save that as a CSV file, and we're going to literally drag and drop that into the dirty folder, okay? And the dirty folder, I like to color code them. So I usually color code them like red, yellow, green, like so it looks like it's in order. And then typically the verified are the ones in green, so I know that this is where I go for my emails that are ready to go. And in case you have a VA, that's where you would go, and they would drop those emails in there so you can grab those, and those are ready to send out, okay? So we have our email list that we've gotten. What you could do too to get more and more emails, remember you have cities and states all over, you know, there's just a lot of cities and states to go through before you run out of leads. So basically what I've provided you is the top 1,000 cities that you can go to and target. If you go to the URL bit.ly most populated states, you go there and you can literally just go from top to bottom and start going, if this is the highest population, start scraping there. Makes sense? So if you're going after roofers in that area. If you're going after dentists in that area. If you're going after real estate in that area. Make sense? Yes. Got it. Awesome. So we got the states, okay? And then what we need to do after we've gotten the list, right? That dirty list, we need to clean it. Okay, I've provided you guys a link for a free email cleaner. Okay, so there's no investment to actually clean your list. The investment actually comes to verify your list. Okay, but that verifying payment, that investment, is going to save your Gmail account from getting blocked. So that's why you want to do it. Okay, yeah, it's a little bit of money, but it's really not that bad because you're going to get a conversion. That ROI is crazy.
Quick question.
What's up?
Up to how many emails per day can we send?
Yeah, so and I have it here on the back. But basically, with a regular Gmail account, you're limited up to 500 emails per day. But you want to ramp yourself up to that point because if you go from day one, 500, 500, 500, 500, dude, red flag. You know what I mean? So they're going to block your Gmail account because it's like too much volume, too fast. They have no trust and credibility in your account. Right. Block, spam type thing. That's what the filter does, basically. Okay? So once we've gotten the clean list, by going to the list, literally, you go to that domain, free email cleaner, bit.ly free email cleaner, and that'll take you to a place where you can literally upload that dirty list that we just put in there, upload file, clean, populate, Excel, download, now you got the clean folder. Cool. Got it? Yeah. Now, we take that, and then we put that original file into the clean folder in the Google Drive. Because now we can refer back to it and know that this list originated from this dirty list, now went through the cleaning process, and next is coming into the verification process, okay? Now, next step. So once we've cleaned the list, last step, before we verify the list so we don't spend money that we don't have on people that don't need our services, we're going to, because of what the problem is with these email scrapers, right? You get a lot of emails that are not roofers, for example. If you type in roofer, you're gonna get 1,000 emails and half of them are dog trainers, like super random, and it's like some scrapers are better than others, but for the sake of your pocket, okay, but once you clean that list, go through it and literally go one by one. You'll see by their names like Johnny Chiropractic, and then the next one would be Johnny Real Estate. Obviously, if you're going after chiropractic, you're wanting to remove the real estate guy because when you send that blast out, you want to make sure that's a targeted list. So what you can control, once again, you want to control it because you want to set yourself up for success, okay? So clean that list, remove all the stranglers on that list, and then last but not least, we're going over to what's called, let me pull it up on the screen.
Damn, Angel.
If I'm moving too fast, I apologize, guys, but we're very, very limited.
DashClicks people, Angel's getting
Woo!
in the building. This is amazing, right?
Awesome.
Can we get a loud hell fuck yes on 3? 1, 2, 3. Hell fuck yes! Can we get a 4 in the chat?
I was Marcus
497 in the chat. 497 in the chat.
497.
Angel was throwing some fire, so I wanted to make sure that our team brought some fire blankets out for everybody. I don't want anybody to get burned while you're here. We do not have insurance.
Or enough fire extinguishers. Guys, out of all the verification softwares and people that actually do this, I found this to be the best one, right? Super, super clean, user-friendly, and literally can clean your list in seconds and verify your list in seconds. And it's also when you go out and do this at scale and you want to hire a team, it's super easy to just put this in the SOP, provide them your login information, and then provide them obviously the cleaning script, the cleaning link, the verification process, and then they can literally do it for you, right? At that point when you're wanting not to do this yourself, you can actually hire a team to do this for you, and then they could just follow the same strategy. Make sense?
Yes.
Awesome. So we verified the list. Once you go through this process, it's going to go, it's going to go around. You're going to click View Results, and what it's going to give you, the yellow is like bounce, the red is like no go, don't do it. The green is deliverable, it's approved, and I think blue is like risky or something. So you get to choose when you click View Results, you get to choose out of the total filter like which ones you want to email. Obviously you want to email. The ones I pick are verified and delivered, like as in like ready to go in the green. And I also pick the risky ones a little bit because, and it depends on how many risky ones are on there. But if you have more than enough people to email, like my minimum amount of emails that I like to send, give or take, to test something, to test the message is about 100 emails. 100 emails can give me enough sample size to make to see, you'll see open rates, and if they don't respond, then you need to tweak the script. Awesome. So going through this, we got to go through this. We got to fly through this. So clean the list. We verified the list. Also, I missed a step. You want to remove duplicates. I have that in there. So I'm missing steps because there's a lot of steps. But once you get this down, it's ready to go. Okay? So you're going to remove duplicates. You're going to then verify the list using Blaze Verify like this, unbounce, or many other options. And then we're going to plug in our template. Okay? We're going to use Gmail for this. And with Gmail, you can actually activate what's called canned responses or templates. So you literally could just paste the script in there, and with the process, you're going to activate the canned responses because you don't just get that activated with your Gmail account. You have to physically activate. I'll give you the steps here. And then once you've activated, you can now literally, it takes you 2 seconds to plug in the script. You change the niche, and boom, fire off freaking 500 emails like that. Okay? So the script is that I've created for you guys that I've actually tested for this training specifically, so no one can tell me that someone else is teaching this script or et cetera, whatever. And then not only that, but what you're getting most out of this is the skill set, so you could actually try your own emails out and stuff like that, because this is freaking game changing, okay? So the script that I've created for you guys is, hi, I was looking for a chiropractor and saw your site, and to be honest, it was a bit outdated and not up to new SEO standards. Building website is my passion. This might sound crazy, but I literally built you an entire site from scratch to help you. Can I send you a preview so you can check it out? Looking forward to your reply, Angel.
Powerful, man.
Okay? That's what you call value.
Right. And you don't want to leave like too much on the like footer, like.
No, you don't see my business name. You don't see none. Just value, straight up. Hey, if you don't respond, totally cool. I know you need me more than I do, but somebody else is going to respond positively and take my what I'm going to provide to them to help them, right? So that's basically that. That's the script. You plug that in with the canned response, and in 2 seconds, you got that thing off to ready to go, okay? That's the template. So basically, these are just action steps after that, how to set it up, how to send the campaign, how to set up the schedule. I've also provided you guys with follow-up scripts, okay? So the follow-up scripts, I'm literally giving you everything. So after 3 days, if you got no reply, you're going to send an email, and you're going to set this up into GMass. So you don't have to do it yourself. that email template is going to say, hello again. I'm ready to follow up on my email. I didn't hear back from anyone on the team. Thanks for your help, Angel. Simple, straight, boom. Now, 5 days later, if no reply, you can set this up in GMass for automation, right? It's going to say, hi, just checking in one last time in case this fell through the cracks. If I don't hear from you, I'll assume you're happy with your website. Have a great day. Angel. Boom.
If they do reply, does GMass send they reply?
So exactly. So if they reply, GMass is set up to stop sending the follow-ups, and at that point, that's where the human comes in.
Only to that one particular email address that responded, right?
Yeah, and then you can actually set up a forwarding email. So if any replies come in and you want it to send to, let's say, your main email, you could do that. And for that strategy, I would suggest if your name is in your email is Angel, or not mine, but your name number, the one you forward it to make it the exact same thing with a different number. So when you reply from a different email, it almost looks like the same one, and it's really a different one. You get me? So if you do run into blocks because you've sent out too many emails because you forgot to purchase your plan, you could forward over to a forwarding, and that reply can now count as a new fresh account. You can send 100 replies in that one, if that makes sense.
You're saying you can reply from another email?
Yeah, the same. It's almost the same email, but another one.
Right.
So you have the two, so you could forward all the positive replies to that to that other email, right? So there are the follow-up sequences. It automatically does it. That third follow-up sequence that comes in 5 days later, that's the one I'm telling you gets the replies, right? That one right there is what really pushes them over the edge, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to schedule. So you guys could do this at the end of the day, at the end of a work week, at the end of your 9 to 5, right? And schedule the freaking campaign to send out at 8 in the morning. If you don't wake up that early, you can automate it. You would schedule it. You would basically set it up for 8 a.m. the next day, right, to go out. And it's set up to send them and pause in between each email. And the way it sends it out is it sends them individually. So it doesn't look like anyone else's tag. It looks like I literally sent you a personal email to you specifically, and that's it, right? So that's the power of GMass. And then basically the last steps here is basically how to set up your scheduling, how to turn on your tracking, your clicks, and your opens. And that is basically it. At that point, once they reply and they want you to send the website, you would then create the Insta site, follow up with them, plug in the Insta site on a reply email, and then follow up via phone and said, hey, just checking in to see if you got my site.
You said somewhere in here, I think the tracking and all that different stuff. What number are you on?
So now that I'm looking at it, I think there's a missing page.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's 50 steps. I'm going to get that to every one of you guys because I just noticed that we're missing it. So there's one page that's missing that'll go through that last part.
You.
Yeah. Good pointing out there. Any questions?
What about sending an Insta report instead of offering to send a report instead of a website?
Yeah, bro. So once again, this is just to teach you the strategy, how to execute it. You now have the power, okay, to do this at mass and create 15 split tests to send out 100 different businesses at different industries if you want, and do this at the comfort of your home without having to hire anybody within a couple minutes. Once it's all set up. The setup process is what takes a little bit, but once that's said and done, literally, boom, 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 it literally takes me 10 minutes to fire off 500 emails if I want a client tomorrow.
So if I want to kind of scale that, I would make a new email.
So you can actually, with the STMP server, you actually buy the plan, and now the floodgates open. So you can actually send over 500 emails, up to 10,000 per day.
Okay, cool.
And that's where the magic happens.
So the limitation is by Gmail.
Is what's limiting you, and what? Yeah, the G. So when you do GMass, right, it's going to give you the option of sending it via the STMP server or Gmail. Okay. Gmail, right? I wouldn't suggest to send it through Gmail because you're wanting to warm up your STMP server. So going that route and using this format, you're going to only be able to send 100 emails because you're basically sending it to the server with the free plan of SendGrid. Right. Once you upgrade that plan, now the floodgates open. You'll be able to send over the limit, over the 500, because now you're sending it directly from a server and it's not from a Gmail account, and that's why you're able to just go crazy.
Julio SendGrid doesn't have any problems with you sending from a Gmail account.
Not at all. So you can actually send it via a Gmail or even a G Suite, but for this specific strategy, Gmail, personal Gmail would be the best route for that. Yeah, because the corporate email route, they just automatically turn that down and click.
What have been your conversion rates in this?
Yeah, so we tested this. We were 8 out of 9.
What?
Yeah.
8 out of 9.
Yeah, 8 out of 9. So what basically though, because think about it, guys, like how often you get a email or a call from a person that says, hey, I built you a freaking website because I want to help you out. Like this is my passion. Like I just really want to just send it over to you. Like,
Unless you're Aaron James.
you know what I mean? But for the average person that says that to somebody else that they don't know, like you're providing value, right? And then that's what this is all about. It's all about value and giving them certainty that you're the person that they're wanting to hire and invest a lot of money into.
Right. So, Mr. Angel, let's just say that they come through on that second or third email now.
Yeah.
Do we have any game plan after?
Like the script?
Like, do we have it the nurturing?
So the nurturing, the follow-up is here. No, the follow-up is here. So that's basically the follow-up. The rest of the follow-up happens via phone. So it's human follow-up at that point. You're going to drill them, okay?
Do you just Zoom at all, or phone is fine?
Well, you want to set up, the first goal is to get them on a call to set up an appointment once again, because that call needs to have an appointment to go through the site as well as go through the strategy to execute it, okay? So that's the process there. Once again, this is really just to start a conversation. This is all about starting conversation. So, was that helpful, guys? Was that helpful? Can you guys execute that in your business for me, please?
Yes.
Say yes!
Please.
Yes. in the
Because
chat.
that took me a really freaking long time to figure out, guys.
No shit.
And I just gave it to you guys on a silver platter. So,
That's awesome. Thanks.
hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you guys get a freaking ton of clients from it.